See, task can be completed. Why? Because when you do some job, okay, when you do some job, when task completed, the payment will be given in the check. Payment will be given in the check. That is very important. When you have this current account, if you have loan, and that loan will not be coming into your savings account. That is very important. If in savings account, that will be a problem. Okay, because some friends will give some amount. You cannot say everything should be legalized. And then one thing very important is that you are talking about GST. When you start a company, startup, GST. Don't take your GST at the initial stage. Don't do the registration. Don't do that. That after 6 months, or even if your revenue revenue is more than 20 lakhs, more than 20 lakh, okay, more than 20 lakhs, and of course there are some thing, if you start any company in the name of teaching academy, you don't have GST at all. You don't have GST when your revenue is less than 20 lakhs. You can have your current account. You can have your current account. You can have your MSME registration. When your current account crosses 20 lakhs, then only you want to go for GST, because GST is not a. It is not a. What is the problem in GST? Many people doesn't know about what is the problem in GST. Many people think that GST is different, but GST is not suitable for our people. And GST is like this. Now, I don't know how many people have heard about invoice. Okay. Now, I have generated an invoice. I generated an invoice. Now, because, everybody enter, this is a customer. This is your customer. Now, customer will be given an invoice for the product which we delivered. The product which we delivered. Okay. And then they accept it. Then the bills will be next. The bill will be sent to the customer. Here, what happens? The customer will not give the amount immediately. Even if you go to a very big company like Godrej, Wipro, they give 45 times of credit limit. They say credit limit for 45 days or 30 days. But what happens here? A startup gives a bill or invoice to a customer, and if you get the fund 45 days later, okay, government is not worried about it. When the invoice is there, the GST has to be filed. Without getting this money from this fellow, I have to file the tax. And of course, they give some what I can say liberation that you can claim. But these things is not working out. And this is the very big problem that many companies are failing. Previously, what happens? They'll have invoice. They have their bill. When customer gives the money, then you can go for filing your tax. Okay, but still now GST plays a very big problem here. Okay, and now what the things have been done, I don't know how many people are having the habit of getting this GST related news in newspapers, fake invoices. What happened when you give the invoice? Okay, now the money comes at the February month. Now my invoice is December. Now what I'll do? I'll change this invoice. Because when I give the money, by the time I'll create one more invoice. This is what the fake thing comes up. So that was a very big thing. Issues have been arise. That is a very big part. It's a very big headache. And don't worry, if you go for a startup of less than 20 lakhs, no need of GST and all. Okay, because when you file a GST, okay, I think many knows that IT form, IT return form 1, IT return form 2, and you know that IT return form ITR 3 and ITR 4. ITR 4.3 is for company. If you're a proprietor, single proprietor, you have to submit your ITR. Employee getting salary, you have to have ITR 3. I don't know how many people are submitting this. Of course, some college people will be doing. So when you go for ITR 3, this GST will give a lot of liberations when you have your current account, and then you have your what I can say, your 20 lakhs above. When you go for ITR 3, you get lot of concessions. For example, if you take any ITR 3, you're a proprietor, and if you're more than 20 lakhs, by the time GST is required, because if you are generating more than 25 lakhs, now I cannot pay the tax. There you get a lot of liberations and concessions. For example, if you have vehicle, you have vehicle, that vehicle petrol will be taken by the company charge, maintenance of the company, and maintenance of your items, whatever you buy for the company, fridge or washing machine, whatever it may be, and those products can be get into the balance sheet, and then you can get rebate in your company. That is what many management, they'll be keen on getting the bills. I don't know how many people have heard of this, even for 10 rupees they'll get the bill, because if you submit the bill, that goes into the balance sheet, and then you get a lot of benefits. Okay, that is what without the bill they won't do. But sometimes, that is different, and even many owners, they do the petrol, they get through the card, and they do it with that, what I can say, they don't have cash, because everything will be generated as a bill, and that bill will be claimed by the people on behalf of company. If you start a company, and then if you have your GST and ITR 3 or 4 as a company, you file it, your ITR, you get a lot of relaxations. If you have even 10 crores, you can make it nil. And that is what you can see many colleges, they keep on they keep on constructing buildings. I don't know, many people still now doesn't understand why many college people are constructing many buildings, but still why it has been can, instead of getting into the tax, you can show that it has been built as a building, and they'll make the balance sheet zero. They make the balance sheet zero, and they pay very less amount. Even then, they may have some amount that is different, but still, the construction of the building, renovations, and all those things is done because they want to show their balance sheet. And these are, even you can make it if you have a startup. You can say that my vehicle under what I can say, maintenance charges, service charges, everything can be claimed. Petrol can be claimed, and then if you go and pay a bill in a stand or something like that, that everything can be generated. They'll be keen on getting the bills. So that is how the startup people has to maintain to make more profit. Because you go for a startup, okay, and you invest money, but your petrol is not coming under your investment. If you have current account, if you have GST, that even petrol will get into the bill, will enter into that balance sheet, and you will get a lot of rebates. So each and everything for the startup, they give a lot of relaxation in the tax. And once you got this, and a very important registration. Now, if your startup is going to do registration, now if your startup is going to do with some other import or export, okay, and export. For that, you have to spend not more than 200 rupees. You can sit in your home, you can fill the form. It is called, they call it as a IE code. You have to buy an IE code, import export code. And Indian Forex is giving this code. You can get it because you want to export something, you need IE code. I'll just show you what I mean by IE code, how to get the registration. So this is how registration, and a few minutes to fill the form. Okay, this is the form 1. Okay, this is the re-registration, and all those things are there. This is the form for MSME, because by the time, what I can say, is not opening. Now this is how you're going to take welcome. For new entrepreneurs who are not registered yet as MSME, you can go for EM2. This is an online form. You have to link your Aadhaar card, generate OTP, it has to be done. This is how you can make it. And if you make it, what is the benefit? You may get some loans also, and that is a very important thing. Okay, you can see the sample registration, and you can do without PAN card also, because again, you can see this. I think getting the link. Anyway, you can try this. You can do without the PAN card also. If you don't have PAN card also, don't worry. Okay. PAN for individual company, PAN for individual, PAN for the company. Of course, it is not a very big issue. The thing is that IE code, and IE code is a very important thing for import and export. You can see that IE code registration. Everything we just put it IE code registration, you get IE code registration online. Okay, online import export. You can go. You can get it from Directorate of General of Foreign Trade. It is called DFGT. Okay, here you can see that for IE code, register for your IE code. Already I link your IE code and apply for IE code. This is how you do it. Everything is made easy, but still you are going to do with IE code. What I am going to do for this IE code is that you can see many companies that too in village rural people things to abroad. I think company it is called. You can see this of Honeycart website is from E-Road. Honeycart he does the Honeycart, so he's having a very good business. Brand name has become Honeycart Honey, and